Hey everyone, I am Screw You again, and I am ready to get another game of Dominion in, so we're going to talk about how the game is going and what I think is going on the board while I play. So if you are interested in that kind of thing, keep watching. If not, well, sorry, wrong video. I guess it's having trouble finding me an opponent right now, so let's lower my criteria. There we go. Okay, so let's look at what's going on here. So I'll press start game so that gets going. But we have attacks, none to speak of, and that's the first thing we look at because if attacks would disrupt any other strategy, then it's not super worth going for. Let's see what kind of deck control resources do we have. I don't see any thinning. We do potentially have a sufficient draw between Envoy and Golem, but I don't know if all that's going to be worth going for. What kind of deck are we actually going to be trying to build here? I don't think that I want to skip Potion, actually, because I am seeing plus buy from Pawn, and the mix between Vineyard and Golem is probably sufficient enough to justify getting the Potions. So we'll do that, and then the second buy is probably a Pawn rather than a Silver. He goes silver, silver, so I guess he plans on going big money this game. That, or he just really wants to be getting his laboratories. I'm going to be going for pawns here just because there are potentially quite a few points to be had from the vineyards. And I get enough for a golem. That's kind of nice. Go card coin. Oh, that's unfortunate, isn't it? It should have been like coin buy or something. I don't know. He's got an expedition. Let's grab an envoy. Yeah. This deck may have been a bit of a mistake because the problem, of course, is that I don't really have much payload in terms of like things I could realistically do other than getting a province per turn. And if my goal is to get a province per turn, this is not the most efficient route to do it. So my goal is to basically have endgame positioning in the form of getting enough provinces that I stay competitive with that, but also keeping my deck more optimized for these vineyard points. So I will go ahead and grab another pawn. Grabs an expedition himself. Let's try this. Card coin. See if I regret that, yeah. Okay. These peddlers are things I'm going to want to buy at a certain point as well. Okay. Alright, so he gets a mint, and he trashes 3 coppers and a silver. So that's going to be really good for his big money strategy in terms of getting to copy the golds. I think he wanted to trash more coppers than that, but I could see why he's been buying so many expeditions as well. That's actually not a terrible play on his part. Like, expedition setting up mint for big money is actually pretty slick, and we talked about that in our mint episode of the podcast, so that's something you can check out if you're curious. But let's see. We're going to play this envoy first to give him as little information as possible. And I don't know what he's going to choose to discard for me. Okay, he chooses the potion, and I was thinking, like, maybe that's probably the right choice given what he knows. And I want action buy, and this time he's going to discard a copper because I'm out of terminal actions. I am starting on a clean shuffle here, so that's pretty good. Okay, so peddlers are free. Ooh, do I get a mint myself? Trash a bunch of copper? Yeah, let's do that. And we're gonna go mint, peddler, peddler. So, was that potentially a mistake? Possibly, because the thing is that I don't think the outpost is that great for him. By the way, because I now have I left the problem is all the estates are in my deck. So like I got all the coppers out, but now my deck proportionately is much higher in green cards than it was before. So we're gonna go action buy and play the envoy first. And he does know that I am going to be getting another action on my turn, so he's going to want to discard the most helpful thing for me. Okay. What do you choose to discard? My peddler? Yeah. Sounds about right. Right. Action buy. And let's go card action. What is this last card again? There we go. Okay, so I am going to actually go ahead and copy this potion. And now what I need is actually payload, so I don't feel the need to play this last copper, but I will grab 3 more peddlers. He copies a gold with his mint. I mean, like, things are going pretty decently for me, but I've had some pretty good draws. What he's doing is actually pretty competitive, and he's playing big money pretty well, minus the outpost. I don't like the outpost for him, but I think he's playing big money pretty decently here. He got draw to set up his expedition into mint, and then he's using the mint to copy the golds. Like, if he wins this game, I'm not going to be super surprised. Like, he's playing his strategy about the same way I would play it. Again, minus the outpost, but, you know. Okay, so we're going to play this one first, and we want action buy, and then that's going to copy that, and that was so bad of me. Why did I play this envoy? That was so bad. Next turn would have been amazing, but instead it's just going to be crap. Whatever. It's okay. We live and learn, right? Alright, so... God, that was so bad. Like, I knew that was coming, too. This terminal envoy was terrible. Don't be a Jake. Alright, so, we're going to just grab 2 more peddlers. We're just gonna drain those, honestly. A couple more pawns might be helpful at some point as well, but eventually these vineyards are gonna be a gazillion points, so that's really the goal that we're setting up here. I may or may not actually end up ignoring provinces entirely, depending on what the state of the game is by the time my deck is where I want it to be. Okay. Yeah, oh, not playing that. I learned my lesson. I'm not gonna get hurt again, baby. Oh, by the way, you notice like I don't have any music in the background or any I don't know, silliness going on. I just kind of didn't set that up this time because I forgot before I started recording. But if you enjoy that stuff and you want me to put it back in these games that I record, let me know. I'm kind of 50-50 on it myself, so... Peddler, 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 and golem. Action buy. that was probably pretty bad, making all my peddlers miss the shuffle and playing this envoy terminally. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I shouldn't have done that. So, peddler, peddler. Oh. Whoops. I should have grabbed a golem. I really needed a golem there. That was kind of dumb of me. Oh well. See, that's playing like a bot. That's autopilot, the way that I said, I'm just going to drain these peddlers. And then I kept doing that, not thinking for a minute and saying, like, oh, maybe the golem would have been better, because I think it would have been. So, yeah, that's a good reason not to do that. So, card action. I wanted all this to miss the shuffle. Playing this terminal envoy seems kind of bad, so we won't. I'm going to grab a Vineyard. And those are 5 points right now. He grabs that last peddler. I don't know, that's fine for him, I guess. Oh, I hope he comes back. I'll miss you. One buy, 9 money, and 3 potions. That's not ideal. I probably could have played around that to make that different as well. So we're not gonna cry over spilled milk. We're just gonna get a golem. And I just hit a threshold to make my vineyards worth 6 points. 3 more actions, and they'll be worth 7 points each. Okay, so unfortunately the opponent did not reconnect to finish the game. I am going to go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt and assume his internet crapped out on him or something. But we are going to go ahead and actually continue the game with bots just so you guys can see how this board will play out, because I think that maybe if you are struggling to see some of the point ceiling of Vineyard, or if you just want to see how this game gets played from here, what happens between the big money and the strategy that I'm going for. Let's see that play out. So, let's see. Oh, wait. Okay. So, the outpost was interesting. The outpost helped him have a pretty decent turn because of all the labs he had in his deck. I wouldn't have seen that coming. Okay, and action buy. I think by default I'm just going to be playing my pawns to get a buy whenever I can, and then whatever other bonus is most helpful. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted to see those golems doing. And then action buy, and then I'll play this envoy first, and peddler, peddler, peddler. And do I cause this shuffle? Yes. I'm going to go ahead and cause the shuffle. Okay, card action, and action buy. And I don't feel the need to copy anything with mint, so we'll end our actions there. And we've got 4 buys. So I want a golem, and I want 3 vineyards, which are pretty high in points. Did the bot buy a potion? That's interesting. Or did my opponent do that? I'm not really sure. But I don't think the potion was great given what he had put into his deck thus far. I don't feel the need to actually play this envoy because I may draw a bunch of terminal actions. And my goal for this turn can just be to grab a pawn. Yeah, I'll grab the pawn instead because I think one of the ways I could win is 3 pawn peddlers, pawns, and vineyards. So I'll go ahead and grab the pawn, because that's a helpful card for my situation. Okay, he grabs a province and he played an outpost. And he plays his mint to gain a gold, I think. Or maybe not. I'm not really sure. Okay. This is interesting. Card action. I don't. So like, I'm worried that if I play this golem, it may end up being terminal. Is it gonna though? I don't think it will. Oh, I may miss actions. I have a lot of my actions out right now. So card action. Oh, okay. Action buy. Action buy. Play this golem. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I should have played the peddler, darn it. My reasoning for not playing the peddler was because I knew I had another peddler in there, and I was worried I was going to draw it instead of playing it, not get to play my golem for its full impact, but oh well. That's me just not deck tracking well enough, but you get the idea. So I'm going to grab Vineyard, pawn, pawn. Grab another Vineyard. There are a billion points at this point. I think you understand at this point I'm going to win this game. The insights that we take from this game are that even though big money looks faster here, you have to understand with Vineyard, if there are a bunch of non-terminal actions and the potential to do a bunch of drawing and getting plus buy and putting a bunch of those actions into your deck, the point ceiling from Vineyard is a lot of the time way more than Province can overcome with big money. So like I can contest Provinces, but he really can't contest Vineyards, not with the deck that he's built. So we're going to go ahead and play this out and finish this up, and the golem becomes a village for me because of the 2 peddlers it found. Let's play this envoy, actually. Okay. And we're gonna go for card action. I'd like to find a potion if I can. Action buy. Action buy. And then that. Okay. Card action. Now, I would really like to find a potion. I haven't tracked my deck well enough to know that if that's gonna be feasible. Card action. Ah, there it is. Okay. Let's do card action. Just get through the shuffle a little more quickly. Okay, so Vineyard, Vineyard, pawn, pawn. Let's just get this done. Yep. Coin buy. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to grab this pawn and end the game. Okay, so we've seen that I now win the game, and that was because of the 3 pile between peddlers, pawns, and vineyards. And again, the draw was pretty helpful in terms of controlling my deck, and the extra cards that I drew set up the plus buy to spam a bunch of actions and create this super high point ceiling from Vineyards. And the reason that that beat big money, even though the big money was being played decently well, was because I had a bunch of points in my deck that he just wasn't eligible for, and that's what I call endgame play and endgame positioning. So when you see alternate VP in the kingdom like that, be on the lookout for it. Be looking for those opportunities to set yourself up for a situation that your opponent just can't win.